know some people are probably not gonna like the timing of the stream. Some people might, some people won't. But it's okay. I'm actually gonna load up the game first. I don't really have a plan of where to begin. Hang on a minute. Does this guy have a... No, he does not. Come on. Come on, load up already. Okay, then. I guess we gotta wait. My GENSHIN just takes like a millennia to load. Very funny, I know. What data are you loading it, bro? Come on. I mean, I get that it's getting data from the servers, but it's like, damn, it takes so long. Also kind of just waiting for people to come in. There we are. Finally. Getting into it. Graphics. Yeah, okay, there we go. Come on. Come on, England. Come on, England. Come on. Sorry. Just trying to get my game to game. My game is not gaming, and I want my game to game. Yeah, can I see the window real quick, please? There's one thing I would like to try real quick before we get into the nitty-gritty. Oh no. Of course I'm getting frame drops. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I get frame drops? Frame drops is absolutely necessary. That just has to happen. Why would it not happen? Of course this has to happen now at all times. God doggone it. I think I'm gonna be going full screen for this one because why not? By full screen, I mean I'm gonna be showing my full screen here because I kind of want to go. Should I go with Ashika instead? I want to dive deep into the specifically Najnaya lore. Do I start the video now? This is gonna be something I'm gonna be doing for YouTube, so I feel like I should do this for. Alright, Genshin itself is gonna take some big ass time to load, so I'm gonna let that happen. Beginner's Guide to Genshin Lore. Liyue Inazuma.
Got a question for you.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where to exactly start here. I guess we could just go with this. Yeah, this looks Genshin Impact. Get it? Oh man, the stars are fake. Seeing this like this long ago, it was literally 5 years ago. Seeing this now is really something. MiHoYo x MiHoYo collab. Lol. Come on. I want my game to load because I want to cross-reference a lot of things. But my game is deciding to be a bad game and not loading on me. Which I really do not appreciate, by the way. Very, very not cool of you, Mr. Game. Why did it have to happen now of all times? Come on. This is gonna take a while. Also, I should probably change my guy. Come on. Is it not working? What's going on? Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Everything's going haywire. Definitely not a fan of that. No, 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 no. Come on, OBS, don't do this to me. All I have open is Opera GX, OBS, and Genshin. You are not allowed to do this to me. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Come on, just load up the damn game. I really need a better PC, man. I really need a better PC to get shit done, because this is no way to do what I have to do. And I definitely have to do a lot of things, so... Okay, it's almost loaded. If anything, this is better than playing Balatro all night long, if I'm being honest with you. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Yeah, I did a random thing today. Okay. There's a lot happening all over the place. Where's Bina? Oh, Bina! You wanna hang out? Are you on top of the thing? No, you're not. Where is she? Bina is nowhere to be found. Which is awesome. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna climb up here. Read. Wait, what is this? She left something behind for me? Little old me? Going up to the moon for a look. Oh, so I can go meet her on the moon. Duly noted. Okay. I guess there's no place for me to sit here then. Maybe there is? I don't know. Does this count as a sitting place? No? Okay. Will not. These are very huge crystal balls over here, guys. They do absolutely nothing. I think we'll just stand by the moon until further notice. Plus, I like the soundtrack of this particular area, so... Yeah, let's just stay by the moon. Right? There's a lot to go over. And I don't really know where to begin as well. So... I'm opening up these in the back, by the way, because I do want to see like old like theories and everything that we know about stuff. And I kind of want to let my browser stop acting like this. Come on. It's not that bad. Not too shabby. You know what? Maybe I think it's better if I just do this. I think it's better if I do this after all. Just need to bring it down and just a little bit. I think that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, see, that's more than fine. I'm just gonna move my OBS here so I can see the chat. Single screen setup be like this at times, okay? Alright. Everything looks good. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Alright, let's actually begin. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Hello YouTube. This is a different kind of video than I usually make. There's a lot of things I want to talk about in this video, but first of all, I would like to thank you for clicking on this in the first place. I'm very glad that you're here, and I just wanted to give kind of a channel update in the first place. I also ignore that sound that I made earlier. It's 4:31 in the morning. I have to go for prayer and a bed as well. Well, in a bit, I say I'm gonna take my sweet time with this. But basically, the purpose of making this video, there's two things. One is discussing a timetable of sorts that I'm going to have for my channel, because due to financial issues and work that I have to deal with absolutely on daily, I don't think I can give all of my time to YouTube as much as I would want to, which kind of sucks because I actually do like making videos and doing stupid shit on YouTube, because I just find it fun. And to be able to interact with you guys through here is honestly one of the best things that could ever happen. So that's one reason for making this video. The other reason is actually very interesting as well. Basically, Snezhnaya is around the corner. And of course, it's like one of the most anticipated regions than most. I mean, even though I have to say, it is going to be very hard to top Not Cry. After everything we've been through in this entire region of Not Cry. Like, we started from here, right? We started from Natlan, and we went to Not Cry, the Fatui region, basically. The part of Snezhnaya that technically is a border between Natlan and Snezhnaya, which is again supposed to be somewhere around here, like up here or here. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna take a look at the geography over there. So, but also, as you can see, I have pretty much 80% all of these except for the Dinner Pit. I should probably do that. I might go exploring as well during these things. And yeah, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to explain the things that I'll be doing. This is a lore discussion theory type of thing that I thought of because I want to brush up on my Genshin lore, and I want to prepare myself for Snezhnaya. Because there's a few things that I believe that everybody should know about me. One, I absolutely love Genshin Impact. This game has had a lot of like a love-hate relationship with me at first, but after like the Fontaine, Natlan, to be fair, even Sumeru alone, or even Inazuma, I would say there has not been a point where I was like, I want to delete this game, I don't want to play this anymore. No, I've always been invested in the story. I've always enjoyed each and every Archon quest. And I have always wanted to dive into the game itself. The gameplay aspects, the exploration, everything, except for the Million Star Wonderland. That's just a separate thing entirely. And honestly, I don't know if I want to get into it yet. Maybe we will later, who knows. But for now, Genshin Impact is our main thing that we're looking at. And I know some of these are not going to be like very high quality or whatever, but I'm just here to talk about the game that I love, and I wish that I had a better device to play it and stream it on, but unfortunately I don't. It's the only thing I got. And I don't want to let that stop me. And I'm kind of doing this for myself in the first place because, again, I want to prepare myself for the upcoming region. I waited for it since 1.3. That's when I joined the game, around September, I believe. Or was it February? One of those dates. Basically, update 1.3 of the game is when I joined. I believe it was the Dragon Spine update when Albedo debuted, and Sucrose as well. Which is crazy to think about how far we've come from all of that. Speaking of which, I think I have Sucrose on my team right now. Not that it's gonna show that. Yeah, look at that. Suki's there. Hi, Suki. She definitely needs a lot more EM, but I decided to give her the Thrilling Tale to Dragon Slayer. Yeah, it seems to work just fine for her. And also, animal damage 39%. No, those are fully leveled up. Why is it 39? That's weird. I do need to level up our talents as well. There's a lot of characters that I would like to build. I would like to give more friendship XP to build more. Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, as well. Is there anything I can level up on? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more of these to level up your skill. Why is this skill the one that I'm leveling up more? Hold damage, scorching threshold, blazing threshold, and the skill damage for this is obviously crazy. Also, another thing is that I have run out of Mora very quickly in this game, and I would like to replenish on that somehow. We're gonna have to figure that out later. Skill damage is crazy, 726%. That's decent. I could use a better build, but it's okay. 67% crit rate, by the way. Yes. Okay. So, I don't really know where to start with this. I didn't have a plan in mind. The only thing I had was like, I'm going to open up Genshin Impact and we're going to start from the very beginning of what I know, where I've been, and obviously this is going to be... I'm planning to make this like an entire series, right? Because I want to discuss a lot of the story, the lore. I don't want to miss anything, especially SNES related, because that is the region I've been anticipated or I've been looking forward to the most. Mainly it was when I met Tartaglia in the story. Yeah, you know, when he comes in like, hey girly, cover yourself, or for the traveler it's like, hey partner, I think that's what he says. Probably it's different. I don't know. I don't remember. My bad. We could go back there. We could go straight back to Liyue right now and relive the memories. But come on, there you go. I haven't even explored 100% of most of Liyue's stuff. I have not 100% in Dragon Spine, and I probably never will. Like, this thing is probably gonna remain 99% forever. And I have no idea where the last like single exploration chest or whatever thing is, and I cannot be bothered to find it. Maybe one day, like as like a dare, or like, I don't know, you guys to make it a challenge or something for me. I don't know. We'll see. Mondstadt is mostly 100%ed, except for obviously Windrest Peak. I have to explore that, and then there's also Temple of Space, which still is very crazy to me. This is literally just a loading screen of the game. It's so wild seeing this in the game after all this time. And yeah, so I will go back to the origin story over, I believe it was over here. No, it was around there. So I could just, you know, teleport it here and go there. But yeah. Also, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video. Maybe I'm gonna cut out a lot of things. I do try to keep my videos engaging and interesting, but this is a lore discussion type of video. I'll try to stay on topic and not like repeat myself or get distracted or anything. Although, knowing me and my ADHD, I probably will get distracted very easily. So you know, that's an impossible task. Alright, my game's gonna take a moment to load. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, and obviously I'm gonna switch my team as well. Sorry, Sandrone and Colombina. Also, I have to say, Sandrone's event story quest, I already played it in my free time when I could. I couldn't make a video on it because obviously I didn't have time for it. But I've decided that I'm gonna make time for this right now. I'm gonna make time for this every single day, and we're gonna do our very best to do things. There's Tartaglia, I'll take you, I'll get the main character in as well. I'm probably gonna change the skin as well, by the way. And Ganyu was my first 5-star, I believe, or second, I cannot recall. Maybe I got a standard character first, but my first limited 5-star was definitely Ganyu. I'm confident in saying that. And let's bring in... should be perfect for anything, but probably Beidou? Because she was basically my main...
Time
like,
to begin
wife,
work?
and my main waifu for the entirety of the first time I played the game. Lasted very long until I met Navia. Okay, and before we also get into this, I kind of need to make sure that my bills are not bad. Because if they are, I'm gonna cry. I'll just do this. Come on. He has an R5 Pro with his main RDs, which is good. Ganyu has these along with Skyward Heart, but I'm good with that. Beidou needs a better build. The Katsuriki, that's a good katana, but I'm gonna give you the luxurious Shidord. I'm gonna steal it from you. Because yes. And for fast equipping artifacts on you, I mean... Sure, I guess. Attack and energy recharge. For the time being, I think it works. And also, I'm gonna switch my traveler's clothes as well. As much as I like the new fit, I have to do this for lore reasons, story reasons. There we are. Back to the normal look. Okay. So here we are in Liyue, and as far as I remember, where did child ambush us?
No time to lose.
Here. I'm not trying to go for straight up lore accuracy, obviously. It's just... It just feels appropriate to be doing this. So crazy to be back here, by the way. So crazy to be back here again. I think it was around here. Or maybe it was upstate, but probably upstate. Do I want to go there? Not really. We'll just stand in this spot. This is actually one of my favorite spots to stand in Liyue. Taking the view of the harbor and the mountains. And the other stuff. We could go higher, but this is usually just a good place for me to hang out. Okay, so Snezhnaya. That's where we're going to begin. I believe I can go to the... Where is it? The inventory? No. Archive.
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting
I just thought about it.
and scheming on an ever grander
Child probably has new voice lines. Look at that. Yeah, there's new voice lines from Tartaglia. Technically, again, this is where we began, right? So there's a lot to be said about Snezhnaya, obviously. What's the point of Aether's voice? Not Ascension Limited, dummy. There you go. Cider Lake. Can I search? No, I cannot search.
Tevat's day and night both seem particularly short. The skies here are full of stars, but they aren't the same as the ones seen from my home. I wonder if the fates of people from Tevat are also related to their constellations.
Oh? Do you know how to read the stars too? That's amazing! Not a lot of people outside Sumeru can do it. Paimon's curious. Come on, do a reading for me, quick!
The night sky pictured on Paimon's cape flows with the light of many stars, and also of the deep ocean. The movement of these stars tells me that in, say, 7 days from now,
In 7 days what?
something good or something bad might occur.
Right. Your theory sounds as rock solid as a geo-slime. And about as brainy, too.
Coming from Paimon, that's a compliment. We're not gonna talk about it. But, okay, so obviously the stuff. Also, reading the first few lines, Tevat's day and night both seem particularly short. The skies here are full of stars, but they aren't the same ones once seen from my home. Hearing this after knowing that, you know, like going out of Tevat onto the moon and seeing Tevat for like the outside view of Tevat and everything, it's really something. I have to say, I like it. Obviously the story. It's also I want to put another thing out there. As much as I love the story, my short-term memory does not allow me to recall a lot of things. So I'm gonna have to rely on. Rely on like either videos, notes, or something like that. I should probably take notes. I should have a journal or something to take notes in, now that I think about it. I do have an empty book with me, which I wanted to do some journaling in the first place. I mean, I do journaling time to time, but it's not like a common thing that I do. Like, like the last thing I wrote here was like 2 weeks ago. The confession mini. My best friend's mom said that she wants her to sleep on time, but she stays up late a lot. And don't tell her you heard from me, or don't tell her. Weird. Okay, so we're not here to talk about my best friend. We're here to talk about Genshin Impact, obviously. I guess what I can do is start entirely new here. I'm gonna draw a very good Genshin Impact on my page, and I'm gonna make a post of it on YouTube. I guess in celebration of the new series. We'll leave the space for Genshin Impact there. Where do we start? Where should we start? I mean, the very first voice line from the Traveler is about windmills. Basically, you know, we arrive at arrive into Tevat. We land into the Starfell. What's it called again? Take a look at the map. Gotta zoom out a little bit every time we land. We landed here at Stormbear Point, this side of the beach, right? This is where we landed into that, I believe. Or like, you know, landed and forgot our memories and everything. That's as far as I remember. I'm gonna teleport it just in case. And again, don't forget the very first beginning of the game. We were travelers with our sibling who traveled across multiple worlds in the first place. And we didn't exactly lose memories of those other worlds. We just don't really talk about it much, I guess. And we're just deep diving into Tevat to find our sibling before anything else. Even though I feel like Aether is doing anything but. But at the same time, we got to find out a lot more about our sibling and our journey. Basically, starting before and after Tevat. There's a lot of new stuff that we've gotten at this point. It's like we can construct a proper theory and like, well, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna stop around here, I believe. Yeah, I think around here is fine. We're sitting on a rock side, I believe it's that. I think this is a good place to start. Okay, obviously we're not gonna be seeing the other stuff, but basically we landed here and we caught Paimon, and we told Paimon our story. We were travelers from afar. We landed in this world, and an unknown god came out of nowhere. Was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna take your sibling away, and you're gonna go get cubed." And after you got cubed, you basically skipped over 500 years in this world, and now you're searching for your sibling. And you fished out Paimon from the pond, is what we remember, right? Or, like, this is for future reference only, but I feel there's a theory that I have in my mind that Tevat is in a time loop, and we are working with our sibling without even knowing it to break out of that said time loop. And this theory is supported with a lot of the stuff we found out on the moment, which I will talk about very, very later. So we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to focus on how the story was told. And how it was told was we landed here and we woke up on the shore a long time later. We found Paimon, and she's basically our emergency food for the journey, which is very nice. So I'm going to map this out here. How do I write this? Do I do keywords? What's a good way to take notes for this? I think I'll take notes like this. Landed in Tevat. Landed in Tevat. Unknown god cubes us. Wake up a long time later. Emergency food X1. I think that's a good way to start. Yeah, Paimon is emergency food, and also the best cat in Tevat, as you can clearly tell. Very cute, very fuzzy, very cuddleable, and kind of a dum-dum. There's nothing going on in there. But we love Paimon. We always have, and we're not going to talk about the annoying voices or whatever, because also, should I switch my element? We're going to pretend that we don't have any element right now. All we can do is this. We learned that we can walk, we learned that we can run, we caught a crab out of nowhere, and also, what is that island? I forgot. And this is basically me mapping out my journey from the very beginning, by the way, so this is not exactly important. I'm just doing this for my own memory to refresh. I mean, we went from talking about Child slash Naya to what the series is going to be about to from the very beginning. I also think it's just a much better way to do things, going to their origin and learning about things from there. So that's also another part of why I'm doing this. And then this is where we learn to run and catch another ocean crab, because we love crabs for some reason. There's a slime or a fungus that we usually fight here. And I remember in one of those event stories, Alice made us fight a fungus. It was definitely not accurate to the plot, so clearly somebody's not been reading. Alice is a goddamn LARPer. We're not talk about that. And from here, we basically get to this side and discover Mondstadt exists. Then we go here, unlock the Statue of the Seven, which at certain points it was Klee, but you know, we all wish it was Klee, but it wasn't, sadly. So that's the sad part about it. We unlocked the Statue of the Seven, and then we realized, whoa, first of all, that's a different kind of god, and they have their own statue here all over the place, which we can use to teleport and heal ourselves, which is very, very nice. The statue blesses us. And then we realize, oh, I can also worship the statue. I don't know how, but worshipping is a thing in this universe. And not only that, when you resonate with the statue, you get the specific element of the god. This is Venti, who we don't really know of until we actually get to meet him a little bit forward. We acquire the power of animal. We're able to use elemental powers now. And I believe the traveler was blank when we got here, but even before that, they were glowing like white. I don't know if white is supposed to be like a certain type of element or power or whatever, but we're not gonna talk about that yet. And then we learned that we can also deep dive and go swimming and catch, a fish. Sick. And I believe from here we look up ahead and the Devalan passes through here. And after that, what happens is I fly down, I forget where I had to go, and I take a look at these dandelions. Love me some dandelion seeds. I'm gonna make some wine out of it. I think that's how that works. Dandelion seed wine? Is that a thing? I don't know, Venti would know. Okay, so... yeah, okay, I think I'm starting to remember most of the story from the beginning now. I know I could just go in and watch a video on it or whatever, but I'm trying to do this by memory, and I'm also taking notes, and I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. And if I do miss anything, I would like to have my chat tell me that. So, you guys will definitely be helping me out here as to how I should go about the lore, how I should be taking notes, and, what's the best way to prepare for Snezhnaya, because I feel like right now I've not really done anything about that. So we're gonna enjoy the monster music right now for a little bit while we go deep diving into Aether's voiceover. We're gonna find anything we can about Tevat and Snezhnaya and other things, and Fatui especially, and we're gonna listen to the voice lines first. Let's start with the effort and reward.
Paimon finds that hard.
No. Start with Tevat.
Tevat's day and night.
No, we already listened to this. Mondstadt, couplets, don't play with what? Heart's Desire, the good one playing, you on my down for return card contracts. I guess we could also listen to the stuff about the Archons, because we're about to meet the final Archon of Tevat very, very soon. I hope, at least. I don't know if the first patch is where we're gonna actually see Dasharitza. Technically, we've already seen her, but still.
On the way back to Mondstadt after rescuing Dvalin, we finally got to see one of the 7 Archons, didn't we? It was interesting to see what kind of god he was.
Haven't we known Venti for quite a while now?
As Venti, yes. But still, this was the first time that we got to see him as the Animal Archon Barbados. Normally, he hides his true divinity behind the facade of a bard. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? That question that he asked Dvalin? I'm still contemplating that, you know?
That is also the question that was asked in the Tevat teaser. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? Said Daneslip in his very sexy voice. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about Daneslip as well. And speaking of Daneslip, I just want to say, Nogcry is at its end, and I don't believe we've seen Daneslip even once in the entirety of the Nogcry Luna version patches, have we? Which I find so weird. I thought like the kind of stuff that happened here would definitely be important to Dane. It's not like he's gone in hiding forever. He's definitely gonna come out soon. But it's like, what is this man up to? And is after everything that happened with the doctor, how is that gonna affect Dane and any other Condrians that are still existing somewhere in Tevat? Their souls or their even physical bodies, actual living people, Condrian, pure-blooded. Kaya, wink wink. But yeah. So that's where we started. That was the voice line for the Animal Archon. And what does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? Venti's the one asking the question here because obviously he's not the original Animal Archon. The previous one died in the Archon War, or rather sacrificed himself as far as I remember. If I am incorrect on that, I would like people to correct me on that. So, yeah. And that was Venti's story. We get to realize that he may seem like a free and very mischievous drunkard bard, but he is simply just powerless. He's not as powerful as he used to be, and the kind of responsibility that he has taken over. And I'm sorry, I just have to say, getting kicked in the nuts by a MILF and losing the one most important thing in the entire, world. The one thing that you had to do was to keep that away from the Tsaritsa, and you failed on that. Venti, you suck, man. No, I should give it some credit. He did try to escape it, and he just got ambushed or something, and I don't know, the Traveler just could not use Anemo to get himself free, or herself free, because some people play as the mean, even though Aether is the canon route as far as I know. And there's also another theory, I know I'm sidetracking, and I told you, my ADHD does not allow me to stay on track, but there's also the fact that we can choose to play as either Aether or Lumine, and the story still works both ways. The consensus I have there is that we're stuck in the time loop, and both of our places are interchangeable, and maybe we will have to go through the other siblings' journey one more time, through another loop in time in Tavad, to be able to understand what the hell has been happening in this world. Or maybe we already did and we just have no knowledge of it. A lot to unpack there, I know, but now we are going to move on to the God of Contracts, Zhongli, otherwise known as Morax. Well, not infamously, only some people know. We went to Liyue, we heard that the God of Contracts is dead, the Archon of the nation has died. But what we didn't realize is that, one, the Fatui are the bad people here, but also they're the ones that ended up saving us, and we're secretly in cahoots working with them, and the Fatui are also working with Morax himself, who agrees to the demands of the Tsaritsa and easily gives away his gnosis to Senora in lieu of a contract, which we, by the way, still have absolutely zero knowledge of what was in the contract. Why did Morax agree to giving the gnosis to her at all? But let's listen to the voice line that Aether has to say about Morax.
To think that the Geo Archon had signed a contract with the Cryo
Exactly,
Archon.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I wonder what the contents of their agreement were.
Paimon doesn't care who you are. Making a deal with the Tsaritsa is super dangerous.
Be that as it may, since Morax is the god who understands the basis of contracts the best, he's definitely given this some thought.
Well, that's true. Morax himself called it the contract to end all contracts.
I trust that we will witness the truth and its denouement play out.
It's denouement. I have to be honest with y'all, I'm very bad at English, so I have to actually look it up. What does denouement mean? Denouement? Is that what it said? Denouement? Denouement? Dynamite? Denouement meaning the final outcome or resolution of a complex sequence of events, particularly in a story, play, or movie. Very wise choice of words from Aether here. Denouement, huh? So this is talking about, obviously, Morax, the god of contracts. By the way, I don't actually have I have most of the Archon characters, I believe. I take a look here. I have Venti, obviously. He is definitely the character I wanted to get the most out of all the Archons. I definitely, grinded for him and played a lot, and it was very much worth it. I have Venti. Columbina, I don't know if she counts as an Archon, but in my eyes, she's definitely one of the Archons. She's definitely one of the squad. And there's Furina, Fossilors. Well, no, Fossilors is a different character entirely. Purina, the Hydro Archon. We have Malvika, the Pyro Archon. Good lord, lady, how do you put those clothes on? I will never understand. We have Nahida, Dendro Archon, and okay, so that's Animal. We don't have Geo. Oh, and also don't forget Riot Shogun, the one of the most badass Archons of all time. She's very underrated, by the way, in my opinion. I'm not talking about, you know, the art, wink wink art. I'm talking about like the story of the character and the character in general are very, very underrated. So I don't have Morax, but I do have this, I have this, I have this, and I have this, I have this, and I have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, that counts as the 7 Archons. You know, if I get the Sarita, which I definitely will get because I've been waiting for her the longest. But yeah, I have all the Archons over here, which we can obviously review the stories of over time. But yeah, I don't have Morax. Morax is the one character that I really want to get. So then I can have all the Archons, obviously. And I can learn more about him and what he thinks about their characters through his character voice lines. I don't actually go listen to those from YouTube because some of them are kind of spoilery. And I would like to be in the know only through the game, not just YouTube videos. Otherwise, I would have just gone and watched the Ashikai video and be over with it. No, I actually want to enjoy the story in my own way. Theory crafting is fun, but I would just like to do this in my own way. Also, what is the gentleman bird?
Paimon's heard that in Liyue. People call the crane the gentleman bird.
And do you know why that is?
Paimon's not quite sure.
Well then, let me tell you the story of the lucky crane repaying its debts. A long time ago, there was a kind-hearted scholar who saved a lucky crane that had fallen into a trap. Later, on a cold winter's night, a beautiful maiden came to his door asking to lodge with him. The maiden shouldered a greatsword on her back and taught all that she knew of swordsmanship to the scholar, supervising him as he studied day and night.
Wow.
Once he had finished his training, he went out into the wilds with the maiden to do good and fight for justice. 10 years later, the lucky crane took the form of a gentleman and finally came to return the favor, but discovered the couple had already lived out a fortuitous life. And that is the story known as the gentleman's 10-year debt.
Ah.
I want to know, is this story referring to anything specific? It talks about a cold winter's night, a beautiful maiden came to his door, sorry. I can add English, if you can't tell already. That's interesting. Heart's Desire.
Walk in 7 clockwise circles, then walk in 7 anti-clockwise circles, then open your eyes.
Are you sleepwalking?
Nope.
Paimon can walk. No, I don't want to listen to this anymore. Never mind. I cannot imagine Paimon walking on 2 feet, even now. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm sorry. We're not about. Anywho, are these new voice lines that I've not listened to about being sisters? What the hell? Is
Lisa
this?
and Amber feel a bit like sisters.
Huh? Why's that?
Amber often runs errands for Lisa. Older siblings asking their younger siblings to do things for them so that they can slack off is a rather common practice.
I think it's the opposite way around.
But my sister and I are the same age, so we had to decide these things via rock, paper, scissors.
Whoa. So doesn't that make you my younger brother?
What do you mean?
Well, since Paimon floats, you're the only one who can run any errands.
Seriously?
Before Sino, we had Paimon with the dad jokes. I didn't know this was an actual voice line. I like that. Kaya's eye patch.
Paimon, have you ever seen what Kaya looks like under that eye patch?
Nope.
So, it would seem he never takes it off.
Actually, Paimon already knows why.
Oh?
He must be hiding some big secret.
Really?
Is that racism in my gacha game? Okay, again, I'm getting off topic, but we're listening to the Archon voice lines. The god of contracts, the god of freedom. Next should be the god of eternity, I believe? This is all Lewa stuff. Also, does this talk about Tartaglia? Measuring fighting strength.
If one hilly churl could be, say, 3 wild boars.
Okay, that's a conversation for a later time. Although I have to say, it is a very interesting conversation there. Ooh, we should listen to this. I'm gonna take note from this one. This is important. This is overall related to the what was his name? That one Kari Bear. Yeah, the Kari Bear quest.
Do you think that we're too harsh on the hilly churls?
Well, sometimes we really do seem like children who just can't resist kicking the hornet's nest.
I think we're doing more than just kicking it.
I guess this was before we found out that the Hilichurls were actually, you know, Conrians turned into, you know, Hilichurls.
Do you think that we're too harsh?
You know, the normal stuff that we're talking about.
What monster made the deepest impression on you?
Monsters, huh? Probably ruin guards.
Does a ruin guard really count as a monster? It's more like a machine.
Paimon thinks that you can call anything that causes us trouble and needs to be defeated a monster. Just like how we call anything that can be hunted prey.
Oh my god, the dad jokes never end. The dad jokes, I like dad jokes. Just saying. Okay, this is where we talk about where is it? Rain and Yashiori, Sangonomiya Kokumi. Sangonomiya Kok. And then we just go straight into Sumeru. No. The Muso no Hitotachi. Are we not gonna talk about Miko? Kairihara. Resistance, Vision and Decree. I guess we start with
It's
this.
hard to talk about the recent events in Inazuma and not mention the Vision Hunt Decree. Only the ones who have the will to fight back are allowed into the resistance.
Interesting. Okay, let's keep going because I want to learn more about Snezhnaya, not just this. Dorijini, Scholars, Bimas, and Sumter Beasts. The Seventh don't know. Grand Bazaar, Divination. Also, the Sumeru in itself is like, it's all about knowledge, I know, and I hate going to school. Oh my god. Sino and Genius Invocation TCG. Guys, we should play a game of Genius Invocation TCG!
Sino's super into that card game, Genius Invocation TCG.
Say it again.
Sino's super into that card game, Genius Invocation TCG.
Also, I just realized various artists. So they didn't remove these voice lines. They didn't replace Paimon's voice, like you know the old voice. I just thought about it.
Sino's super into that card game, Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG. Keep saying it. A big no-no in detective novels. Fontaine. This is all about Fontaine now. Cafe, Streambird, Flock from Echo, Fountain, the Opera, Children of the Echo, Science of Canopy. Now we're into Nadland territory. For some reason, we're not talking about the other Archons, then, I guess.
Paimon heard that Nokrai is where the treasure hoarders were first founded. It's just a fancy name for a bunch of common thieves. If Paimon ever found their headquarters, she'd bust in there and give them what for. You know, in the name of justice and all that.
Oh yeah? And what kind of justice would Crime Buster Paimon be dishing out?
Poetic justice, of course. Paimon read somewhere that means giving the bad guys a taste of their own medicine. So, Paimon would track down every bit of treasure they're hoarding at their base and steal it all. Huh. See how they like having their treasure taken from them.
Then let me ask you this. If you stole all their treasure, wouldn't that just make you another treasure hoarder in their eyes?
Maybe. Yeah, kinda.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to say that makes you no better than a common thief, Paimon. And for the sake of justice, I would feel compelled to punish this heinous crime by seizing your secret stash of treasure myself. Hooray for the traveler, putting the world to rights once again!
Hey, that isn't justice. That's plain old justifying.
As much as I want to dive deep into the lore, I have to say I am deeply intrigued and attracted to all of these. Entertained, sorry. Attracted is a word of all time, but entertained is the right word to use here. Entertained by the banter between the Traveler and Paimon. Also, yes, I named myself Dante. What are you going to do about it? This is very cute. I love this. Memories of Mondstadt.
Whew. Nacry seems like a pretty complicated place. There are tons of people from all over Teyvat here. We've seen people from Liyue, Fontaine, Sumeru, Inazuma, even Natlan. Wait! Hey, how come we've hardly seen any merchants from Mondstadt here? That doesn't seem right. Mondstadt's the wine capital of the world, right? You'd think someone would be making a killing off of that out here.
Maybe Mondstadt wine isn't really designed for exporting. Most of it's brewed and enjoyed locally. It might lose its flavor when transported long distances. And even if someone managed to solve that problem, the cost of shipping it all this way would mean they'd have to increase the price, which would make it harder to sell. Maybe it's simply too difficult to turn a profit.
You think? Paimon's theory was that Mondstadters drink so much, there's none left to export.
That could be
Barca
part of the
alone.
reason for sure. They can't get enough of their wine, can they?
Hey, the next time we go back to Mondstadt, we should bring some Nacry liquor with us. Yeah, the strongest one. And then get Charles to trick Kaya into drinking it by masking the flavor with some other drink. While we're at it, we should get gifts for other people too. Oh, a ragdoll for Klee? And how about a little robot for Sucrose?
A robot
Might
for
come in handy
Sucrose?
with her research.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
And remember those
Like
white
Dummy
goggles
and
we saw
Iron
that
Man.
time? Maybe a pair of those for Amber. You know what? Let's go souvenir shopping right now. There's a bunch of other cool gifts Paimon's thinking of getting too. She won't spend all our Mora. Promise.
Yeah, that promise is gonna get broken in the very next 2 minutes. Okay, and we don't really have more. Unlock the Mercia village teleport waypoint. So we have to do a lot more of the story in order to unlock more voice lines, which I will take a look at later. I want to hear more about the Sarita and Seshnaya. So we're gonna go over to Tartaglia now, voiced by Griffin Burns, I believe the 11th Fatui Harbinger, right? Yeah, it says right there, what am I thinking? Number 11 of the Harbingers, also known as Child. His name is highly feared on the battlefield, because that is what he loves to do. Battle. 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 Sorry. That destroyed someone's ears? I'm very sorry. And I have to say, the moment I saw Tartaglia's character trailer, instant hook to this character, instant liked, and his trailer music and everything, it was the perfect way to start off this journey. For me, at the very least. And then his letters to, his siblings back home. I'm just gonna read this just once, okay? This is like one of the cutest things I've ever read in this entire game. Dearest sister, I'm also gonna try to, imitate his voice just because I want to. Are you all keeping well at home? Has the old man's headache gotten better? Please send my regards to our parents and our siblings. I've sent some wind chill medication over to Liyue Harbor. It's very effective, and it will probably keep you from nagging for a while. It should reach you after a few days. Apart from my father's affairs, I naturally haven't forgotten about gifts for you all. This letter should come with 2 kites from Liyue, a rattle drum, 2 porcelain dolls from Inazuma, and a crate full of various snacks, which I would probably assume is Natlan. And please, break it to Anthony. Please break it to Anthony that the residents of Liyue are just boring old ordinary humans like us. We're not made of stone, and they don't even eat stones. I don't know any person that I've ever met that eats stones. That sounds very depressing, Anthony. Do not fret for my sake, Tanya, and refrain from making trouble for anyone at home. I will be home soon, when I have seized the 7 stars of Liyue and laid them at the feet of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. I will take the first ship home, just as I promised, and you know how I always keep my promises. Yours faithfully, your loyal knight. That is stupidly fucking sweet. I love this man, and I hope I get to see more of him and Snezhnaya. We better go have soup with his family. That's what I've been looking forward to all this time. And we can obviously hear about Snezhnaya from him as well, and the Fatui. I'm gonna start with the chat for Fatui because
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt. Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally. Could it be snowing in Snezhnaya too? The world looks glorious in the snow. Pure white, like the light of the moon. A perfect backdrop for bloodshed.
Okay, that last part was not necessary, but about comrades, weapons.
A warrior must always be ready to face any challenge.
Wait, no. The Tsaritsa, there you go.
Her Royal Highness, the Tsaritsa, is actually a gentle soul. Too gentle, in fact. And that's why she had to harden herself. Likewise, she declared war against the whole world only because she dreams of peace. And because she made an enemy of the world, I had the chance to become acquainted with you.
So, Tartaglia is obviously the lover of the Russian queen. This dude is the damn Rasputin. And very fitting for his character as well. Just so you know. And we can also learn about the other Harbingers as well. Starting with... Let's start with the Jester.
He was the first ever Fatui Harbinger, and today he's our leader. He only appears on important occasions. As for his accomplishments, to be honest, I don't really care. I owe my loyalty and devotion to the Tsaritsa, no one else.
He is the first of the Fatui Harbingers, and I believe his name is Piero.
I've seen him in battle before, and oh, what a sight it was. Perhaps I'm ranked too low for him to notice me right now. Well, he may not recognize my strengths yet, but one day, I'll show him what I'm made of.
Yeah, about that, Tartaglia. But it was interesting. I don't know when these voice lines got added here. Maybe it was already there the entire time, but you know. Oh no, this got added after the Winter Knight Laszlo thing, right? I think that's when it got added. And the Doctor obviously seeing fucking Dottore for the first time in Endgame after reading the Kale manga. Yeah, that caught a lot of eyes on. It got a lot of eyes on him.
I heard that he took segments of himself at different ages, made prostheses out of them, and assigned different tasks to each one. I know, all my comrades are a little weird. Well, come to think of it, if I met another version of myself, we'd have to fight then and there to decide which one of us gets to survive.
He is such a battle-hungry bastard, I love him. And then we, of course, talk about, crazily enough, the Damselette, which I never would have thought. The first time I saw her, I was thinking, like, she's probably like a sister to Rosaline. She probably was like a sister to Rosaline, to be honest. Her and Cendrone, even though Cendrone probably doesn't see it that way. And also the name as well. But the Damselette, the first time she got shown and mentioned, I never would have thought that she would be such a crucial character in the lore of this game. but after Not Cry, I have to say I am blown the hell away.
The Fatui Harbingers are ranked by strength, and I have no idea why that girl is number 3. I'd test my skills with every Harbinger who ranks above me if I had the chance. But when it comes to her, something just doesn't feel right. Anyway, you should be careful around her.
And this one voice line made a lot of horror, like, you know, cosmic horror fan art of Columbina pop up everywhere. And then we actually get to meet her. It was like, la 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 la. Ooh, num 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 cake, I like. That's literally just how Columbina is. And she's easily my favorite Archon, next to Mawika and Naida, I have to say. Furina is awesome, don't get me wrong, but Mawika and Nahida are absolutely awesome. I love them. Anyways, next up is the Knave, who I personally would say is the first Fatui Harbinger we met that was technically, you know, both the villain and the hero on our side in the story. Obviously, the father had father had her own agendas. You know, the heart of the Hearth, the House of the Hearth, Yeah, that's what it's called. The House of the Hearth, the well-being of the diplomatic stuff with you know, the Archon and Snezhnaya, and obviously the Gnosis itself, which ended up being not really a big deal in the end, which it felt so natural now that I look back on it. It's like, whoa.
Look, I've got nothing against people who have their own agendas. I myself joined the Fatui to get more experience in combat. But I don't like her at all. If she stood to benefit from betraying others, she'd turn against the Tsaritsa in a heartbeat. There isn't a sane bone in her body.
Also, hearing Child's perspective of the characters versus actually meeting the characters is genuinely such a... Oh, the contrast is really funny. Like, after knowing everyone, and then their Tartaglia is like, my colleagues are fucking weird, man. Nah, man, you just haven't, you know, been able to make good friends with them, I guess. All you want to do is battle with everybody. No wonder nobody wants to get along with you. I'm sorry, Tartaglia is awesome, but it is what it is, okay?
I don't know.
And then we got the Rooster, which I believe is Pulsanella, the motherfucker that looks like Gru, which is another character I'm very excited to meet in Snezhnaya. I cannot wait to see what he's gonna be all about.
I don't know what his motivations could be, but he seems genuine about wanting to help me. He treats me just like family. Oh, and speaking of family, Tonya and Tusser are always telling me about the pastries and other gifts he brings them when they write. So while I've been away from Snezhnaya, he's kept his promise to take care of my family.
He seemed like one of he seemed like kind of the mother harbinger of all of these people. Is that weird to say? Also, if you take a look at the roster here, you would realize there's a few entries or like harbinger names missing. One of them being Scaramouche, who you are literally not able to remember anymore because, you know, his memories got deleted from the ley lines. Which is still very, very awesome to me that they, you know, got it down to that much detail. The ley lines affected the in-game data, the descriptions of artifacts. It affected the descriptions of the weapon. It affected all of our voice lines, everything. The ley lines really is... The attention to detail in this game is just really, really amazing to me. I love this game. But yeah, the Rooster seems chill. Scaramouche, we don't know who the fuck that is. But we do know that there is a marionette, also known as Sandrone, the current big star of Not Cry. I have to say, the first time I met her, when, you know, she was standing in place of Catherine. Welcome to Not Cry, the domain of the Fatui, which was pretty fucking badass if you ask me. And the way she went out with, you know, finding the final gift from Elaine. I swear to God, I thought I saw something out of my window, but maybe it's because I've been awake for like the entire night. It's 5:30 in the morning. But yeah, let's get this over with. marionette.
She always seems engrossed in her research. I wonder if those machines have anything to do with her. Anyway, I've only met her a few times, but every time she looked like she wanted to murder me. I have no idea what I possibly could have done to annoy her, though.
And Tartaglia does not understand tsunderes. I wonder if he ever caught Columbina singing at Sandrona's doorstep. That would be a very interesting interaction to see. Like, Tartaglia just hearing the singing and he's like, oh my god, this is the creepiest fucking shit I've ever seen. I better get the hell out of here.
Oh, now that guy has a head full of grandiose plans fueled by raw ambition.
Dottore is totally not gay best friend slash roommate slash business partner, by the way.
Oh, now that guy has a head full of grandiose plans fueled by raw ambition. I don't understand a word he says once he starts talking about his theories. But as long as he keeps our cash reserve stocked up, I'm not complaining.
It's like having that one friend in your group that is like good with finances, right? You're like, man, you make no fucking sense, but as far as I know, I get to get my fair share of getting Starbucks every day because we get to have some extra cash because of you. So, you know, keep doing your thing. I trust you a lot. I don't know how, but I do. The Pantalone is that one friend, except I still don't know why the hell does this man decide to help Dottore out. The only reason I can think of is that they hella gay. That's the only thing I can think of. They hella gay, man. Hoyo, you're not hiding the allegations. Anyways, the fair lady, this I don't know about.
I never got along with her, you know that. I guess there's not much more worth saying about her at this point. When you're a harbinger, you have to accept that death could come at any time. But don't worry about me. No matter what happens, I'll do whatever it takes to keep myself alive.
And you better, because we need to go to Snezhnaya and have soup with Tanya and Tuser, you know, sitting together with the family. Speaking of which, I don't remember when he made this promise. I think it was a story quest, right? When we was with Tuser, he was playing hide and seek. He pretended to hype up all the the Fatui underlings in front of Tuser, I believe. And I don't remember the exact words or the dialogue they were talking about, but basically we made a promise that we're gonna go to Snezhnaya and we're gonna meet his family. We're gonna have soup with them, right? I keep saying having soup, but it's just really an excuse to go spend time with, you know, Tartaglia, his family, as friends, as, you know, his colleagues, acquaintances, rivals, I don't know, whatever you want to call us. But that would be a very fun thing to see. But yeah, the main thing really here is Snezhnaya and
Her royal
he really is just Rasputin. He holds her in very high regard, and he is a battle-hungry bastard. That's how he became a Fatui Harbinger. He's literally number 11. He's like the lowest of the low. But he is the anchor point, I suppose I could say, to the starting of the region of Snezhnaya, the starting of the you know, the entry point of the end game region, basically. This is where we get to know that there's one Archon, one of these people that is a hardcore, unhindered, no hesitation, hard-earned motivation. The Tsaritsa is an Archon of sheer motivation, will, and hardcore power. And she will do anything and everything to get all the Gnosis, and once she has acquired everything that she needs, her stand against the heavenly principles, which I believe is going to be the main thing about Snezhnaya, right? Project Stuja, they were calling it in the trailer. Oh man, there's so much. There's so much to go through, and this is like just one small part of the bigger picture that we have to see still. Oh man, I'm yours, Ayo. But yeah, that was just from Tartaglia's perspective. I've never heard Sandrone's voice line. How much is her character Friendship level is 3. I cannot really do like play anything more to increase the friendship level right now. Voiceover. Does she talk about other things yet? No. I need. Oh man, if I could get a little bit of friendship level, I can. I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna work on this later. I don't know how long I've been streaming for, but what I do know is I have talked a lot, and I have to say, I feel great. I feel great talking about the thing that I love, and I feel great having Sendrone in my party. I feel great having just the... Well, I don't have all the Fatui Harbingers that have been released. I don't have Scaramouche. I don't have a few others. But out of the ones that I do have, I'm actually going to take a look in the character archive. Which ones do I not have? I'm fine with not having Nicole. Like I know there's a lot of lore hidden in this character as well. There's also Linnea, which I did not roll. Actually, I technically ended up rolling for Linnea on my other account, but that's a different story. Hang on, let me just see. Yeah, I don't have Arlecchino. Definitely a character that I would really, really love to get because her playstyle is... You would think the game is glitching, but no. That's just how Father be sometimes. Don't worry about it. Technically, Linny also counts as a Fatui Harbinger. Does it actually say here? Profile. Affiliation Hotel Boudet. He's a Fontanian magician. He doesn't really count as a Harbinger. Okay, so Arlecchino... Skirk would also be nice to have. I would probably love to have Skirk as well, but of course I don't really have the money to gamble in this game. And of course Wanderer does it say here in the profile. Affiliation none. Literally erased from existence. Erased from the ley lines. You are literally a free man walking. So cool. So damn cool. I love it. And Morax, definitely another one of the characters. Also, this isn't exactly...
Osmanthus
Shut up. This isn't exactly necessary, but I would actually like to get Albedo. Solely because I want the two cousins together. Yeah, okay, there you can see the date that I started my game through Amber, because she's the first character you basically get. 12/26/20. Technically it was 11 because I did take my time actually getting into the game. I was like, you know what, this looks cool and all. It took me an entire day to download the actual game and all. It was update 1.3, but you know, it still took time, and I was like, it's probably going to take a lot of space and whatever. But as time went on, I should also build Kali Power. This was 2022, jeez. It took me... Hang on, let me just see. It took me a month to get Genling. So let's see, 2021. Yeah, look at that. This was the first 5-star I got. Yeah, the Ganya was the first limited 5-star that I got in the game. And there's a lot more I want to talk about. I want to go into each of the characters. I want to go into each of the regions themselves. I haven't even started talking about Mondstadt and the regions, the specialties, or the things that I like about each region, especially, you know, the view, which I cannot really show the best quality of, but that's totally on me. But yeah, I think that's a good stopping point. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this video. If I do, well and good. If not, I guess we'll just leave it be as is. This wasn't exactly the most productive lore discussion, if you do ask me. We really just went through like old information and just talked about it from there. But that is the entire point of this thing. I want to go to the older informations that I'm technically already supposed to know. I want to refresh myself. I want to refresh on the lore. And this is really just me preparing to go into Snezhnaya with all the knowledge that I can possibly have in me. Also, this trail looks very, very cool and gaudy. I love this. But yeah, for today, I think this is more than enough. I'm also gonna kill these squirrels because I'm an evil madman. like the meat. Or you think you're gonna skip? Think again. Worth it. Hey, in this world it's kill or be killed, okay? That is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I will definitely be coming back, and I will be waiting to hear from you guys. How do you want me to approach the lore of this game? Because I really do want to dive deep into it. Guys, stop falling asleep. I'm the one who should be falling asleep. I'm the one who's overworked and staying up late. Okay, you know what? I'm being mean. I'm sorry. You're cool.
This is long overdue.
Bang.
Born of ice and frost.
Those ass cheeks are crazy. We're not gonna talk about it anymore though. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next lore reading stream. And please do leave down suggestions and the information that I didn't get through. And just, honestly, just guide me on how to get through all of this and just be prepared for the upcoming region of
No touching!
I've been waiting for a very, very long time.
Who's next?
Right? Adass Rabasosk. Thank you for your daily commissions. Here's your reward. Farewell, traveler. Adass Rabasosk. I think that's a good way to end it. Bang, bang, boom, boom, bang.